times have changed so much in the past 50 to 100 years. We have access to technology. But as men and leaders of society, as kings, we have a responsibility to make sure that we use this technology efficiently and wisely, and we don't do negative things with it. We have to drive society in the right direction. We have to provide a building block or a foundation for the next generation. Pornography and masturbation doesn't only have negative impacts on your life temporarily, for example, making you feel tired and lethargic, lack of self-confidence, but it also has negative impacts on your life in the long run, in the long term. It's going to affect your future relationships in so many ways. Your relationships with women, your relationships with family, your relationships with friends, even your relationship with yourself. If we begin to understand the detrimental effects of pornography and masturbation as men who are running society today, then quite frankly, none of us would ever want to do such a thing ever again. And this is why I release the content that I release. This is why I share my messages and my experiences with other men out there, is because I now understand how terrible the addiction to PMO is. And if I can help other men understand this, then perhaps I will help them with their addictions to PMO as well. Our ancestors never had the technology that we do today. And so I can only begin to imagine what they're thinking when there are millions of men who are now addicted to pornography and masturbation. Once again, we have a responsibility to make sure that we are driving society in the right direction, driving our generation in the right direction. We have a gift, and that gift is the technology that we now have access to, but we have to use that gift wisely. And if we can do so, we will open the doors to many more gifts, many other things. It's hard to break free from the addiction to pornography and masturbation, especially in a society where everything has been sexualized. Media, movies, just television in general, the entertainment industry, music, all of it is extremely sexual. And so don't blame yourself for experiencing difficulties with pornography and masturbation. Don't blame yourself for constantly relapsing on NoFap. NoFap took me 5 years to master from the point that I discovered NoFap. So I can only imagine that it's the same with many other men out there. It's difficult, it's challenging. But if you can see NoFap as a foundation, as a building block to future successes, then really you are on the path to self-mastery. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be destructive towards yourself for having difficulties with pornography and masturbation. There are YouTubers out there who release content and they make NoFap sound and look so easy, right? They just tell you, it's so bad, you have to stop. But they don't tell you that they themselves have struggled with addictions to pornography and masturbation, that they might still be struggling with addictions to pornography and masturbation. The truth about this NoFap thing is that it's such a blessing for men in our society today. Why? Because once again, the addiction to pornography and masturbation and the detrimental effects that it has on one's life are magnificent in terms of scale. Not only are you going to experience negative impacts in the short run, but also in the long run. And if you can understand this, then you will know that it's something that you need to refrain from doing. And that might make it easier for you the next time you are thinking about relapsing, is actually, say to yourself, I understand that it's not going to benefit me in any way. It's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit me. It's not going to benefit the future society that we are creating if you go ahead and you watch porn and masturbate. It's not going to benefit your future relationship with your wife. It's not going to benefit your future relationship with your family and friends. So really, why are you doing it? All right, it's because you want that dopamine release, right? You want to feel good for 5 minutes or however long you're going to masturbate for. Well, that's a sign of weakness. And as men, as leaders of society, quite frankly, it's not our job to be weak. And so if you are on a journey of NoFap and semen retention and you're trying to break free from the addiction to PMO, then my advice would be just to keep going, and to keep going, and to keep going, because you will evolve and you will blossom into a magnificent creature, a magnificent man. Imagine or picture your life 10 years from now when you can look back and laugh at your younger self, the one who used to watch porn and masturbate, the one who never had any confidence to approach women, the one who never had any motivation to get out of bed and go to work. Well, if you can break free from the pornography and masturbation addiction now, you might have a business in 10 years. You might be a millionaire in 10 years. You might have multiple homes all over the world in 10 years. You might have a beautiful wife and children in 10 years. And that's when you'll be looking back and laughing at your younger self. So really, this is all about evolution. The evolution of you as a person, as an individual, as a man. Don't hate yourself for your problems. Instead, see the light at the end of the tunnel and see or think about what you're going to do to help yourself break free from that addiction or whatever it is you may be suffering from. Divine Masculine Tantra. I hope to see you on the next video.